Once upon a time in the village of Unliving, there lived a man whose wife had died just after giving birth to their child. Consumed by grief, he took his own life, leaving the infant to be raised by his parents, the old king and queen. The baby grew into a beautiful young woman named Amara, who was loved by all in the kingdom for her kindness and grace. Now it so happened that one day, while strolling through the marketplace, Amara saw a handsome young man named Alaric, the son of the neighboring kingdom's ruler, and immediately fell head over heels in love with him. Upon learning of her daughter's affection, the queen was overjoyed and wasted no time in arranging for the two to meet. They began dating, and soon enough, Amara found herself deeply infatuated with the charming young man. Meanwhile, across the kingdom, the evil sorcerer Malvolio was seething with jealousy. Having failed in his attempts to win Amara's hand in marriage, he decided to do something drastic. He went to the old and reclusive hermit who lived at the top of Mount Ingle. Known for his ability to grant wishes in exchange for a kiss from a maiden of pure heart. Upon reaching the hermit's cave, Malvolio revealed his twisted plan. He requested the hermit cast a spell that would make Amara fall in love with him instead of Alaric. The hermit, intrigued by the challenge, accepted Malvolio's proposal. With a sinister grin, he prepared an enchanted sleeping draught, which he slipped into Amara's drink during a party hosted in her honor. As the night wore on, Amara felt an overwhelming wave of drowsiness wash over her. She excused herself and retired to her chambers, unaware of what lay in store for her. In the dead of night, she dreamt that she was in a magnificent palace, adorned with golden furniture and tapestries depicting heroic deeds. Suddenly, a handsome young man entered the room, his face obscured by a golden mask. He approached Amara and passionately confessed his undying love for her, declaring that he would do anything to be with her. Then, to her surprise, he removed his mask, revealing a face of such terrifying ugliness that Amara woke up in cold sweat. But the dream had planted a seed of doubt in her mind, making her question her feelings for Alaric. Had she been wrong about him all along? Was there someone else out there who truly loved her? Confused and troubled, Amara began to avoid Alaric, pushing him away with every passing day. Heartbroken and desperate, he sought solace in his horse, whispering his woes into its ears. Little did he know that his every word was being overheard by a young stable hand who had fallen in love with him. Her name was Alara, and she couldn't bear the thought of Alaric being unhappy. Secretly, she had been caring for him, tending to his wounds and mending his clothes, all the while concealing her true feelings. Meanwhile, Amara's strange behavior continued to torment her. The more she thought about the mysterious man from her dream, the more his haunting visage filled her thoughts. Unable to bear the turmoil within, she decided to seek help from the wise old sage Alara. Upon hearing Amara's tale, the sage understood exactly what was happening. The sleeping draught had worked, and now the only way to break the spell was for Amara to find the mysterious man from her dream. But how could she possibly find him when all she remembered was his ugly face and his golden mask? The sage suggested that Amara should organize a grand ball and invite all eligible bachelors, including Alaric, hoping that the man from her dream would attend. As news of the ball spread, invitations were sent far and wide, and soon the kingdom buzzed with excitement. On the night of the ball, the palace was transformed into a magical wonderland, and Amara looked stunning in a beautiful gown. Yet her heart wasn't in it. All she could think about was the man from her dream, and whether he would come. Alaric arrived with his entourage, looking dashing in his finest clothes. He was still in love with Amara, and seeing her standing so aloof at the top of the grand staircase, he couldn't help but approach her. But before he could say a word, Amara turned away, her back still to him. "Amara," Alaric began, his voice trembling slightly, "I know you're upset with me, but I swear I don't know what I would do without you. Please tell me what's wrong." "Leave me alone, Alaric," Amara snapped, tears welling up in her eyes. "You've done nothing but bring me pain and misery. I hate you." With that, she turned and fled, leaving Alaric heartbroken and confused. As the night wore on, Amara danced with many suitors, yet none of them could take her mind off the enigmatic man from her dreams. Just when she was about to give up hope, a new arrival turned heads. It was a tall, handsome young man with a golden mask in his hand. He had heard about the princess's strange predicament and had come to offer his help. Intrigued and desperate, Amara agreed to dance with him. As they twirled around the room, she couldn't shake off the feeling that she had met this man before. And as he leaned in close to whisper something in her ear, she caught a glimpse of his face beneath the mask. It was the same face she had seen in her dreams, the same face that had scared her awake with its ugliness. Despite her initial shock, Amara knew that this was her chance to break the curse. With a deep breath, she allowed the young man to lead her to a secluded part of the garden. There, in the shadows, he removed his mask, revealing his true face. To her surprise, it wasn't as ugly as she had imagined. In fact, it was quite handsome. "Do you remember me, Amara?" he asked softly. "I am the man from your dreams?" I think I do," Amara stammered, trying to piece together the fragments of her dream. "But why did you come here? Why did you bother intrude upon my life?" "Because I love you, Amara," the man replied, his voice filled with passion. "And I believe that you love me too. Don't you feel it in your heart? Don't you remember our tryst in that magnificent palace?" Amara hesitated, torn between her feelings for Alaric and this mysterious stranger. The man continued, "I know that you're confused, but I can make everything better. All you have to do is trust me." And with that, he leaned in and kissed her. The kiss was electrifying, sending shivers down Amara's spine. For a moment, she forgot all about Alaric in the Old Kingdom. She felt like she had known this man forever. But then suddenly, as if jolted by a sudden realization, she pulled away. "Oh," she whispered, her eyes filled with sadness. "I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I'm already engaged to be married to Alaric, and even if I weren't, couldn't bear to be with someone so cruel and heartless." The man's face fell. "Cruel and heartless. What do you mean? Tell me, Amara, and I will show you that I am not what you think I am." "Don't lie to me," Amara said, her voice trembling. "I know who you are. You are the same man who tried to kill Alaric by throwing him off a cliff, the same man who has been terrorizing the kingdom and stealing people's hearts. How could you expect me to trust you? How could you expect me to believe that you love me?" It was then that the man finally revealed his true form. His eyes flashed with anger, and with a sinister grin, he said, "You are right, Amara. I am the evil sorcerer Malvolio, and I have come to claim what is rightfully mine, your heart." With that, he lunged for her, his claws extended. Amara screamed in terror as she realized that she had been tricked. All this time, she had been played by the very man she had been warned about. Meanwhile, Alaric, who had overheard their conversation, rushed to Amara's rescue, but Malvolio was too powerful. With a wave of his magic, he knocked Alaric unconscious and turned to Amara, who was bound and gagged. "It's over, Amara," he hissed. "You are mine now." Just when all hope seemed lost, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Alara, the young stable hand, who had loved Alaric. Without hesitation, she charged at Malvolio, distracting him long enough for Alaric to recover. Together, the two of them fought against the evil sorcerer, and with Amara's help, they managed to overpower him. Malvolio, weakened and defeated, was banished from the kingdom forever. In the end, Amara realized that she had been wrong about Alaric. He was not the monster that Malvolio had made him out to be. And with that realization, their bond grew even stronger, proving that true love always conquers all.